Hey you guys, this week's freaking radio show started off with me having to become a technician and figuring out how to reset our Zeta machine. Girl, oh my god, but here I am, I survived, and I'm just playing a song so that I have a little time to... That was Being Basic by DJ-O. And you guys, welcome to this week of culture and chaos. Now this week is truly marking spring and the beginning of summer. Okay, we have all new music. I genuinely downloaded 34 new songs. Okay, and most of them were recommended by you guys, the audience. So I am so excited to get into today's episode, and obviously I have not talked to y'all since the past 2 Coachella weekends. That makes it sound like I was at Coachella. Yeah, in my dreams. No, but there is so much drama, so much tea to cover that has happened in this past 2 weeks. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. I am so excited. Let's start off with a new song one of you guys recommended to me. This is Your Teeth in My Neck by COACHELLA. There you go, there you go. You can hear it, you can hear it, you can hear it. 3, 2, 1. That was Your Teeth in My Neck by COACHELLA. And you guys, let's start off with something that shifted the tectonic plates in this world, and it was Lorde performing with Charli at Coachella. It was the best performance ever. I loved it. I love Lorde, and we have since found out that Lorde is releasing new music. And can I just say, sometimes when artists release snippets of their new music, it doesn't go down well. Okay, we've seen this a lot lately. We've seen this with even Selena, and even I like that snippet, you know what I mean? People are loving Lorde's snippet of her new music. I cannot wait. And F all of you people that are hating on her for her outfit at Coachella. It's like, y'all are hating. You obviously don't know who this artist is, because Lorde does not care what any of you people think, and she is not always here for the glitz and glam. She's here to make good music and love her squad. And so all of the people that were hating on her outfit, I was really annoyed. I was like, you people are literally so useless. Like, get a job. Anyways, next up we're gonna play My Favorite Girl Loves Reading by Foxtide. I think I have found an underground song. Let me know if you enjoy it. Guess what happened to our girl Addison Rae? She's being eaten alive on the internet. And to be frank, I mean, are we surprised? The internet loves hating on people the second they're doing good. Okay, you can never expect anyone to do good for too long, because the internet vultures will come for them. Why do I kind of sound like Candace Owens right now? Oh my gosh. Anyways, but yes, Addison Rae, first of all, released a new song called Headphones On. I personally think the song is phenomenal. Second up on the Addison Rae agenda is the fact that a lot of people think her new aesthetic, her new vibe is performative. You guys, I'm sorry, that is a, what is it called? Onomatopoeia? Hyperbole? No, what is that called? It's ironic, to be frank, because what are you doing calling a pop star performative? Girl, every pop star is performative. Chaperone, Katy Perry, Selena Gomez, Taylor Swift, every pop star, the reason they are a pop space star is because it is all a performance. Everything is a performance. Every outfit they wear in public, every hairstyle they do, every song they write, every music video they make, everything is a performance. So people saying that Addison Rae is being performative as like a bad thing, I'm like, what? Like, girl, every single artist is performative. Also, I personally love Addison Rae's new aesthetic. Obviously, she is digging into an aesthetic that's not like her old self, quote unquote, from TikTok, but I love it. And also, I'm not surprised, considering the kind of people she hangs around with are very cool girl, kind of pushing boundaries. Lexi Smith, I'm pretty sure, is her creative director, so it all makes sense. So I'm not here for that slander. And third of all, yes, I do believe that Addison Rae and Charli XCX's Coachella collab was not the best. Okay, they did my girl dirty. Why was Addison Rae's mic on literally volume 1000 and Charli's mic had the whole cool reverb thing going on, it did not sound good, and I felt really bad because obviously it's going to sound really different if one artist has like a cool reverb, auto-tune feel on their mic, which everybody loves, and then the next artist, it's just a flat mic. I was kind of like, why? Maybe this wasn't planned, question mark. Maybe nobody knew. But if I'm going to be honest, if I was at Coachella weekend 1 or weekend 2, I would have preferred Lorde as my surprise guest over Addison, but that's only because I am a Lorde fan before a Charli fan. Does this make sense? Yes. So that is my whole take on Addison Rae. Literally, she's all over the internet right now. People can't stop talking about her. Mostly haters. And I say, whatever. I don't agree. I think she's doing the damn thing. And people will hate on women no matter what. So next up, we are going to listen to How It's Gotta Be by Nectar Wood. This is my new favorite song ever. That was How It's Gotta Be by Nectar Wood. And you guys, can I say something that's kind of parasocial and controversial? And then we're going to listen to a very fun song to keep the vibes up. But can I be honest? I actually can't see Timothy and Kylie. Like, I can't see it. I know I'm seeing all these fan cams on the internet being like, oh, they're the perfect couple. It's like popular girl in high school with theater kid. But also, I just can't envision them like having a conversation. But I did see a few posts that were like, oh, you have to remember that he's just a man at the end of the day, and once he's a celebrity, you know, we can't just see a theater kid and think, yep, that's our vibe. You know what I mean? But I did see Timothy and Kylie at Coachella, and what it made me think was the fact that I always forget how young Kylie is. Kylie is literally around our age. She's closer to our age than she is our parents' age. This woman is in her 20s, and seeing her there with other people all in their 20s, you could tell like she's not used to that vibe almost, but maybe that's because she had her King Kylie era before we were in it. Do you know what I mean? She had her teenage years and she went hard, she went strong, she had the blue hair, all of that. Also, because you wouldn't expect Kylie to be at Coachella, but there she was, and she was talking to all the it girls of the internet. Next up, we'll play Blood on the Hospital Floor by the Wombats. I think they're cute. And just like in my head, Timothy is like, oh, young theater kid, and then in my head Kylie is like mom, entrepreneur, billionaire. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see them in the same industry in my head. That was Blood on the Hospital Floor by the Wombats. And you guys, next up, I just kind of wanted to flex a little because you won't believe who I saw in London. Me, my boyfriend, and one of my best friends, Nick, who, by the way, I posted Nick and me on my main Instagram, and everybody thought that it was my boyfriend, to the point where somebody even made fan art and tagged my boyfriend in the picture. And I just felt so bad. I couldn't break it to them that no, that is not my boyfriend, that is my gay bestie. So I kind of just let it happen, and I reposted the fan art anyways, and I was like, you know what, we'll just go with it. But anyways, yes, us three were all out in London, and we saw John Krasinski acting. And you know what it made me realize? Acting is so difficult. I will never, ever, ever tell anybody that acting is an easy job or get behind that rhetoric, because it is so hard. We watched them film. It was one scene. It was outside St. Paul's Cathedral in London, and genuinely, I think they were filming Jack Ryan, by the way, and genuinely, you have to do the exact same run, the exact same everything 20 times, and even then you might not get the clip that you need, and it just seemed tiring. I literally saw John Krasinski. He had to basically run across the street next to a building with like another police officer, and at the same time these like staged cop cars were driving into him. So it was like an action movie scene that we were watching them film, and this man was out of breath by the end of it, and we only watched them film it like 10 times, but they kept going even after we left. Like, we could see as we're walking away, and oh my gosh, acting seems like the most tiring job ever, and kind of redundant, not in a bad way, but just like you need a lot of patience, I've learned, to be an actress. Okay, sometimes I've said, oh, maybe I want to be an actress, maybe not. I don't think I have the patience for that, because imagine you're in the hot sun and all you do is run back and forth for an hour, And then imagine they even clipped that out of the movie. You know what I mean? So anyways, yes, I have a whole new respect for people that are actors, especially in action movies, because no wonder they're all so fit. Okay, it looked like a workout to run across set. Next up, we are listening to Crocodile Rock by Elton John. That was Crocodile Rock by Elton John. We have to talk about this. It is very sad news though, but I did want to talk to the girlies about it. Pope Francis has passed away at age 88 from a stroke, a coma, and bronchitis. So 3 major causes to his death. I loved Pope Francis. I am not religious or anything in the slightest. Pope Francis was one of the best popes in the entire world. Okay, he literally called Gazan Catholic churches every single day. At age 88, this man did not need to do that. He called them every single day, called Gazan families, called Gazan churches, making sure they're okay in Palestine. Second of all, this man genuinely fought and stood up for LGBTQ community, and always shifted the rhetoric from, oh, these people are bad, to every human is loved. And to see that from a religion that people use, especially in America, as a way to hate was amazing. And I am like absolutely so nervous to see who they're going to choose to fill his shoes, because they have big shoes to fill. And again, I'm not saying this in a religious standpoint. I'm saying that he was an amazing man, okay, and he did not use religion as a way to hate on others. And I love how much he condemned administrations for being corrupt, aka Trump. I will not say that word. It is like a slur. I also do think that the fact that he had to meet JD Vance right before he passed away is really unfortunate. That is not fair. A man that is that amazing should not have had to endure that. Okay, his last person he should have met should have been someone phenomenal. It should have been like Harry Styles. Sorry, but like genuinely, it should have been someone he really loves. You know what I mean? Like, does the Pope listen to music? He probably listened to music. It should have been his favorite artist or something. You know what I mean? Maybe Frank Sinatra's distant relative. I don't know, but I just feel like it's so sad that one of the last people he had to meet was freaking JD Vance. Me and my mom talked about that, and we were like, that is actually like the worst. He did not deserve that. He deserved to meet his icon, his legend. Maybe Elton John. Maybe Pope Francis loved Elton John. I could see that, you know? He was a very joyful person. Anyways, next up, we are playing Alice by the Vista Kicks, another song you guys recommended to me and a new favorite. That was Alice by the Vista Kicks, a perfect song to add to your summer playlist. And you guys, next up, I want to talk about something that is so incredibly shocking, and I can't believe this wasn't already a thing. So, we all know the Oscars. We all know the Academy runs the Oscars, okay? I do think it's very Hunger Games-esque. Like, who is the Academy? Why is that such a prestigious name? The Academy. It sounds very Hunger Games, Harry Potter, like a room full of ghosts. We don't know. You know what I mean? But anyways, the Academy now requires all voting board members for the Oscars to watch all movies, even the movies not in their categories. I'm sorry, how is this not already a rule? I'm sorry, what? Now, when movies get voted in that the mass of public people do not agree with, I am not shocked at all. Because what do you mean they weren't supposed to already be mandated to watch every single movie? Okay, because I'm not saying that, oh, just because you watch all the action movies, you know that which action movie is the best one. No, you don't know that. Because what if there's a sentimental movie, and the whole reason that you liked one action movie, it is actually way better in one of the sentimental movies? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's so many aspects, especially in these like high-rated, notoriously good films, that the fact that the Academy didn't already mandate all of their voters to watch all the movies is insane. Apparently the only category of voters that already had to watch all the movies was just like the documentary series ones and one more. And I was like, you people are mad, you people are wild. Dare I say this is the cause of Amelia Perez debacle? Is that too controversial? I don't know. Anyways, next up, we are listening to Kill Shot by Magdalena Bay, another fabulous request. That was Kill Shot by Magdalena Bay. a very vibey song. And next up, we are talking about Coachella cutting Megan Thee Stallion's mic off. And you know what? Do you know what made me mad about this is the double standard, because there are so many other artists that in past years have gone overtime and Coachella has just been fine with it. But you're gonna cut off Megan Thee Stallion when she literally had one of the best performances ever. This woman brought out insane special guests. She danced the entire crowd. I heard several sources say that Megan Thee Stallion's crowd was the most lit, was the most fun. So I think that's just annoying. I think that's 1,000,000% a double standard, okay? And I think Megan Thee Stallion was rightfully so upset about it, because also they didn't like let her even finish her song. They literally cut her off in the middle, which it's like, damn. You know what I mean? She deserves way better than that. Next up, we're listening to No Control by One Direction. That was No Control by One Direction, because yes, it might be a decade too late, but I am joining the One Direction fandom. Please let me know any tips and tricks. When I was little, I did have a lot of One Direction merch, but I think that's just because I thought they were really attractive. I really was not listening to that music, which is so funny. Anyways, next up, this topic was requested to talk about Hello Grammar by my father, because he was so happy about this, that Eminem on the Coachella stage made an entire rendition of his song centered around saying F the Orange Man in Office. Okay, because again, we don't say that name in vain. Ew. And also, Green Day did the same thing. Now, Green Day has been doing this for decades. They have always been anti the American government being corrupt, especially the right wing. And I am so shocked, because so many of Green Day's older listeners are like pissed as hell. Like, they're so mad that Green Day is saying I'm not a part of a MAGA agenda, saying all this stuff in their songs. And I'm like, are you people actually dumb? Well, obviously, yeah, like your literacy rate is down in the barrel. Okay, you racist people. But more importantly, what do you mean you're shocked that Green Day is not supporting MAGA? Have y'all heard their music? Like, are y'all actually, have you heard your music? Have you opened your ears? You're saying this is your favorite artist when you were a teenager, now you're 50 years old and you're shocked? You people really do shock me every day. Next up, we are listening to End of the World. That's what it feels like right now, especially with rest in peace the Pope being gone. This is End of the World by Miley Cyrus. Hope you enjoy. That was End of the World by Miley Cyrus. I am so ready for her comeback. She is going to change the music world once again, like she always does. Miss Hannah Montana. Okay, you guys, we are nearing the end of our show, and unfortunately the music database has completely logged me out and stopped working. So in honor of that, I wanted to talk about actually something that's probably really controversial, so good thing I waited to the end of the show to do this. But I have kind of a different take on influencers and gifting suites. Okay, now everybody on the internet is always like, oh, it's so out of touch, it's so bad. I mean, personally, I've never been to a gifting suite. I've also never been to a music festival sponsored by any brand. So like, this is my opinion, low-key from an outsider. Obviously I do get PR and stuff, like, so I'm not lying about that, but I've never been to one of those gifting suites or Coachella or anything like that. My personal take on influencers and gifting suites is that I'm not really surprised, and also it's not really something I'm mad about, only because influencers are low-key the new advertisement. And I'm a advertising and PR major, and you see less and less money getting funded into like traditional media advertising. So like that's like TV and film and ads in the middle of shows and whatever it is. You see less and less of that and more of success with influencers. Like, influencers are now the new main media source, whether you like it or not. So I do fear for all these people saying they hate that influencers get all this free stuff. I do fear that it's probably not going to end for a very long time, because it is the equivalent of a brand spending 100K on a TV ad. Now if they spend 40K to take 10 influencers to Coachella, they're going to get a better reaction out of that from their audience. So I'm not surprised about influencers and gifting sweets, and also I don't think it's worth being mad over, considering influencers are the new advertising major in the industry and it's not going nowhere. So that's my little opinion on it. I also do see a lot of people say that they don't think PR works. They don't think sending PR works. But if I'm being honest, I actually think the opposite. I do think sending PR works because, first of all, with all of my PR, I not only try products I've never tried before, but I send them out to my followers. And at least this is like my experience. I send most of my PR to you guys. I do big giveaways on my Instagram all the time, or when I'm back in America, so every like 3 to 4 months, and I'll do like these huge boxes and share it all. But on top of that, I get to try new products and tell y'all if they work, which I truly love doing because I was someone that never bought any fancy product before if I don't get it sent. Like, I never ever have even bought fancy concealer or anything. I just take what I can get and use it because I'm not someone who likes to spend my money on stuff like that. So the fact that I can actually tell you if something is worth it or not, I value that. And I value when other influencers do it, only if I trust them though. If I don't trust an influencer and they're telling me to use something, I'm not gonna listen to them. But at least for me, I feel like, oh, I actually like doing that because I'm someone who has not used fancy products my whole life on my skin or my makeup. So when I try one and if I actually like it, I will tell y'all about it and be like, okay, I think this one's actually worth your money. But for the most part, I think most things are overpriced. Yes, no reason your Sephora basket should be $300, okay? They are literally scamming us in front of our eyes. And that is why when I do my big PR box giveaways, I put skincare and makeup in it so that my girls do not have to go shopping for a while. This is the end to Culture and Chaos today. Thank you so much for listening. I wish I could give you an amazing outro song, but as I said, the sound database is down. But I love you all. Have the most fabulous week ever. Make sure to support my YouTube where I post these episodes podcast style. Make sure to support my Instagram where you can even request your favorite songs in my Instagram broadcast channel. And yes, I hope you have the best day ever. I love you and bye. I feel so silent. It feels so silent. Okay, bye YouTube. I love y'all.